Hello, hello, and welcome to the Dokkan video. Yeah, the spiel. Anyway, so, info. We can now look at the other half of Goku, and the banner unit is Vegeta, by the way. I already read this. I do not like the Super Saiyan Goku's kit at all. So, he gets guaranteed crit for 3 turns, who cares? After those 3 turns, he gets super fast defense, all types, and the rest of combat. Again, who cares? It's just damage. Right? Key plus 2 attack and defense 159% at the start of turn, that's fine. Plus an additional attack and defense was 100% when attacking, so he's going to hit really hard. He gets 70% chance to dodge only before he attacks, so after he attacks, he's kind of left there. He gets an additional attack that has a great chance or a high chance to become a super attack. So he can have like a 50% chance to like do an additional super, and then he does another additional super if you have hidden potential additional, which is probably good. He gets 30% attack and defense for 1 turn on a super attack effect, and he has a chance to stun. I don't care for that at all. I am never transforming out of the god form. Just literally not doing it.
Basically, moral of the story, he's Ultimate Gohan.
He's Tech Ultimate Gohan. Yeah, he's modern day Tech Ultimate Gohan.
2023 Ultimate Gohan.
His links, by the way, they gave us these. He has really good links before he transforms. After he transforms, they get a little bit worse. Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Warrior Gods, Godly Power, Over in a Flash, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle. The best thing about that is that he has every single common key link in the entire game, which is really, really good. After he transforms, it changes into a Golden Warrior, Experienced Fighters, and Kamehameha, which is like fine if you want to link with like AGL or Gohan and the 3-year LRs and all of them. But, like, I'm never transforming, so I don't care. Then there's also the Vegeta, the Super Saiyan Vegeta. He's okay. He's not like the worst thing ever.
Oh wait, is this the first banner unit that transforms?
I don't think so.
Am I tripping?
Probably. You got stuff like Kibito and Kibito Kai, the Supreme Kai, and the other one. Key plus 3 attack and defense 100%. Guards all attacks from for first 5 turns, plus an additional attack and defense plus 40% with each attack received up to a max of 200%, which is that first part is really solid. Where it gets kind of quirky is he gives all allies except for himself 30% attack and defense, and reduces enemies attack by 20% for 2 turns after the character receives an attack 3 or more times in battle, once only, which is really weird. It's just odd. I don't like it. I think it's okay for like that little thing. Also, funny thing, they somehow link leveled him, but only got 1 link. I think it's just kind of goofy, just global shenanigans. His links: Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior, Race Prodigy, Super Saiyan Royal Lineage, Prepare Battle, Fierce Battle. So just basic Super Saiyan Vegeta links. Nothing ridiculous there. His super attack effect is kind of garbage. It just raises attack by 30% for 1 turn. He can transform at the start of the 5th turn from after the Kai receives 6 or more attacks in battle, which is kind of ridiculous an amount of attacks. 6 attacks is kind of insane. And then he transforms and he just becomes kind of gross in terms of doing damage, but like interesting at the same time. He gets 100% attack and defense at the start of turn. He has a high chance to crit. He launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 3 turns from the start of turn. So from the second he comes out, you get basically 2 turns where he can have a 50% chance to crit, and then an additional attack, a guaranteed additional that has a 50% chance to be a super. But that's just what he gets for the first 3 turns after you transform. Base, he gets key plus 3 attack and defense 200%, an additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack, so he's going to hit incredibly hard. He gets permanent guard, which is nice. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 50%, and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when performing a super attack, and he gets a 20% chance to do an additional if there is a movie bosses category enemy. Now that's a lot. I don't know exactly if the 50% plus all the other super attack shenanigans and the 20% crit is only when doing a movie boss category enemy. I think it's just the crit, but if it's that entire thing, then it's kind of lame. But you also got to remember red zone movie bosses, so who cares?
Yeah.
So for the first 3 turns after he transforms, if you're fighting a movie boss, I'm assuming, he can super attack 4 times with like 50% chance to crit, which is kind of gross, but at the same time his super attack effect is just raising attack by 50%, so it's kind of lame.
Really hard.
He's gonna hit hard and he has guard, so he's gonna be fine. I just wish he had like defense on his super attack effect instead of the attack, but like he's okay, he's fine.
He'll be sitting pretty at like 300.
I kind of speed ran this. Also, they dropped the animations and everything. I think they're both really, really good. Like he has the infamous Like, I like it a lot in terms of like the actual like voice acting. They also gave us the proper one of this instead of it being like some goofy thing where it's like, please do not, my world is destroying, or some garbage translation like the you moron. They didn't do that to him. They actually gave him the proper voice acting for both Vegeta and Goku, which is really cool. I like that from them. This was kind of a speed run just because we already saw what God Goku did before he like transformed from the Dokkan now, and I know I'm literally uploading this immediately after I finished recording and making the Dokkan Now video, so this is kind of just +2 to that. A lot of interesting
Final
stuff.
verdict on Gamma 1 being better though?
I think Gamma 1 might be better. Just because I don't think the Super Saiyan form of Goku is worth it at all. But like, just Goku, I think Goku is either #1 or #2 depending on like certain things. Like his link set is really strong, his categories, he's on a million of them. Like he has definitely merit. If you were to say, hey, I think Goku's #1 and not Gamma 2 or Gamma 1, I think that's fine. I won't argue that, but I think in my personal opinion, I just like Gamma 1 easier because he does all that stuff that he gets for free. And this guy is based on orbs. Granted, he makes orbs and his category has a lot of orb changers on it, but Gamma 1 being able to pretty much do and tank the same amount as this guy completely for free is kind of gross in my opinion. Plus he also has like, he supports and he has a nullification or like the counter, so he has some interesting stuff in there. But again, this guy's stacking, he's guarding, he's dodging. He can be really, really solid. I just feel like they fumbled a little bit with his transformation. I think they should have made that a little bit better. But like, this guy is definitely crazy, and definitely for those first 6 turns, he's probably the best character in the game. Probably.
Yes, I think so.
Like probably the best TOR for like definitely for the first 6 turns, I think, because he's gonna be doing way more damage than Gamma 1 is right away. Because Gamma 1 needs to build up. This guy just doesn't. He's just raw. Hey, I'm in here. 70% chance to dodge, guard, triple supers.
He's gonna be very crazy.
Yeah, and then he stacks, so he's gonna, I think, like in terms of like long events, depending on how long the event actually goes, this guy will probably be better than Gamma 1. But you gotta remember that Gamma 1, again, he has damage reduction, he supports, he's raising his defense on his super attack, he has a counter, he's kind of ridiculous. So they're both really, really strong. I definitely think he's better than Kid Goku and Gamma 2 and Yamcha and all them. 100% better than Super 17, which is big L for Super 17 because this guy, because Super 17 released literally a week ago or whatever, so it's kind of tough for Super 17. But this guy is definitely incredibly strong. Again, he's either #1 or #2 depending on how you feel about him. I like his links are crazy as well, so I can definitely see an argument for him being #1. I just feel like there's no point in his active skill, and I feel like that literally like puts him down for me like a rank, because Gamma 1, again, he's just free. He shows up and he's, you know, big cock on the table kind of guy, and like this guy, he has a little bit of stuff to him that you need to like work around, but like it's nothing crazy to the point where you're gonna be missing parts of his passive if you don't get the orbs. Like he's
Path to Power Kid Goku,
Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, they're both on his 200%. You're gonna be able to get the 6 orbs. It's gonna happen unless you have terrible RNG or you're somehow DeTruth DT and you'll never get the 6 orbs because he just never ends up being able to get orbs with characters that want orbs. Unless you're DeTruth, you're probably going to see a lot of things for this, and he's probably going to look like the best TOR in the entire game. And that is just a thing. He's crazy.
Being the best banner unit, question mark?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I think Piccolo is better because he supports unconditionally and guards and has damage reduction. Android 8's better by a lot. I think this guy is more in line with like Dr. Mew and Dr. Zero and those kind of like the lesser tier but still usable banner characters. I don't think he's as good as the super top tier ones.
I just want to see his raw stats in game. If he's sitting pretty at 500 to 400k defense.
Yeah, but that's it. It's like, and then he is guarding, like that's okay.
And then he's guarding,
he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's just like I would want him to do a little bit more and have a little bit more in terms of his defensive abilities. Yeah, like
I just wish he supported a little more.
If he had support, if it wasn't once only, yeah. If he just got that, it'd be nice. Like I think Yajirobe is definitely better than him. Those kind of characters I think are definitely better. Chilai.
If they gave that to him in his super attack,
like some defense or just something.
No,
Yeah.
even if they're like, okay, defense would be too much. What if we just throw on the attack minus 20% on super for 3 turns?
I also don't think that's like worth it either. It's
It would be fine.
there's very
It's better
little
than getting it one time.
there's very little times where you're actually going to be able to use the enemy's attack debuff. So I definitely feel like on screen right now it's a picture of the Whis that says, "Oh, that's nasty." I feel like I agree with that. Like that's he could be sauced. He could get sauced. It's gonna really depend on what you're running. I think he's gonna be a very niche character. He's not gonna be something crazy. He's just gonna be a very okay option. I just wish he like supported and gave defense on his super attack effect, and he'd be better. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know how you guys feel about Vegeta and Goku in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys all in the next video.